Hi, welcome to my channel where we believe in improving you. This knowledge will hopefully empower you to make positive change and impact in your life and others around you. Today's video will examine why you should track your expenses and what you can do to track them. 1. A very good reason to track your expenses is so that you can spend more mindfully. When you track your expenses, you'll definitely spend less. This is because what is not measured will not be improved. You have to know where your money is going in order to channel it purposefully. If you do not master your money, you will be its slave. So many people work hard all the time, but then at the end of the day, they go to their bank account and they don't know where all their money has gone. Sometimes people can also get caught in dangerous borrowing habits with crazy high interest or cycles of debt by taking out loans to buy expensive things that they do not even have money for yet, such as a car or a new TV set. Financial freedom is easier and will be less stressful if you first take this critical step of tracking your expenses. This is baby step number 1 to achieving all other financial goals. This will take you from living from paycheck to paycheck to saving up for a safety net, treating yourself to a holiday, investing, or retirement. Reason number 2 to track your expenses, so that you can keep within your budget. Knowing how much you spend will allow you to figure out how much you have left to save or spend on other things such as your investments. If you do daily tracking, you will know at any point of time how much you have spent on a particular category, say clothes or shoes, and know when to curb your spending before you start eating into your budget for groceries, rent, or other utilities. That way, you'll never come up short when you have to pay a bill. Number 3. Another great reason to track your expenses is to keep yourself accountable and have an idea of where your money goes. I have heard the advice that you should check your bank account every day. Now, I find that a bit much, but it is a good idea at the end of each day to have some idea of how much you've spent and where your money has gone. Don't you find that after working so hard, you would want to see more in your bank account rather than less? You can put all the money you have spent on small incremental amounts into a larger expenditure such as a car, a house, or a holiday. The most dangerous spends are where the little trickles of cash here and there, such as taking mid-morning snacks, cake, coffee runs, and tracking your expenses helps to realize how much these small habits can add up cumulatively, so that we can eliminate wasteful spending and find ways to save more money. Remember that every penny not spent is a penny saved in your account. So, how do you categorize your spending when you're tracking your expenses? Number 1, if you're using an app to track your spending, as I would recommend you to, most categories are automatically generated and you can select them as you input the spend information. Otherwise, you can create your own categories, as long as it is organized and makes sense to you. Number 2, remember to track bills that are automatically credited to your account, such as phone or utility bills. These fixed expenses count too. But most importantly, track your discretionary spending day to day. 3, remember to review your progress. It is good to review it on a weekly basis as well as monthly to help you keep track of how much you've spent over each period of time, and also why you have been spending this way. You can make some really cute charts to motivate yourself, showing your savings, or track how much you've spent each month based on various reasons, such as travel, a gear upgrade, or paying your annual insurance. To anticipate such large expenses, it's best to have a sinking fund so that you can incrementally prepare for such large sums to be paid out, and so that they do not affect you that much. Thirdly, check up and tally each category of expenses. Compare it with your budget. Did you keep it within, or did you exceed your budget? It says how your performance has changed over a month. Did you succumb to emotional spending? Give yourself a thumbs up if you manage to stick to your goals. Number 4. Identify room for change. What did not go so well, and how can you improve your spending habits to achieve your financial goals? This could be as simple as not bringing your credit card when you go out, or avoiding a certain part of town where you know you will be tempted to visit a shop and spend. Number 5. Avoid emotional spending after this. If you have saved, good, that's wonderful. Otherwise, move the money that you have saved, otherwise not spent, to a savings account or invest it. Resist temptation to go out and reward yourself with a shopping spree, thereby undoing all the good saving you have done. So how does one keep track of your spending? Firstly, use an app on your phone. I use Seedly, but there are many other apps for both Android and other phone interfaces that automatically link to your credit or debit cards. Nevertheless, I find manual inputs best so that you can be conscious of what you're spending, when and where. Number 2, dedicate time at the end of your day to go through your expenses. You can incorporate this into your nighttime routine. However, don't schedule it too near your bedtime, as this may cause you undue stress. And it's best to track your expenses in conjunction with a habit tracker. Steps for reviewing your expenses. Number 1. Schedule a date every month with yourself to check up. Put this in your calendar, set a reminder, and mentally set yourself up for this day. You can couple it with a reward or routine thing in your life, such as an appointment at a nail or hair salon as a treat, or going to a nice cafe. However, please be careful of checking your bank account and other details using public Wi-Fi, and also of shoulder surfing at non-home locations. Number 2, make sure to check all your account statements. It's best to be prepared by being in a location with all your passwords, bank books, and tokens nearby. Collect and corral all your mail and paperwork, letters, statements, your e-statements from the bank, and clearly file these in PDFs, saved and labeled in an appropriate folder. Also, have your actual expense tracker open. This can be in the form of an Excel spreadsheet or a notebook, so that you can make comparisons week to week or month to month. Lastly, I have some special tips for you. 1. Set an alarm or reminder on your phone until you have cultivated the daily habit of tracking your expenses. This will keep you accountable daily to sit down at an appointed time and write down or type in your phone your expenses. Number 2, you can put a golden star sticker on your calendar for no spend days. In fact, you can plan for these days. You can pack food from home, drinks and snacks, and don't hang out with colleagues after work, or go do something free or something you have already paid for, like a gym membership. 3. Try to be surrounded by financially savvy people. This can include listening to channels such as my one online. If you're too tired to track your expenses daily, do it weekly, but don't go for more than a few days without tracking your expenses. This is so that you won't forget what you did on that particular day and what the expense you incurred was for. Best if you miss out on a day to catch up on the next day. The point is to not drop off the habit or end up spending recklessly. You can also invite your friends to start tracking their spending too and keep each other accountable. This way, you'll have a support system that will encourage you to achieve your financial and saving goals. And my final tip is a really good one. Try to input your spending even before you have cashed out, as you're waiting in line to check out. That way you can check your budget and maybe hold yourself on making impulse buys if you discover that you have already gone off budget. Do the same for online shopping. Type your expenses into your spending tracker before even clicking buy. That way, you can see whether you're over limit for the month and whether indeed you can afford to make the purchase. So that's all for the tips I have about tracking your spending. Do let me know which tip you liked best, and if you have any tips and tricks that you use, please comment with them down below so that you can help others as well as myself on this channel. So that's it for today. Please subscribe to my channel where we bring life, self-improvement, finance tips, and interesting information to you. This knowledge will hopefully empower you to make positive change and impact your life and others around you.